Hi there. Today let's look at how to using Column AI to build data app. After you sign in the menu panel, you can see dashboard. There is an app section. Click the app sections. You will see the list of data app you own or created. Some of them are public after you share. To share a data app, it's very simple. Click the menu, just share it. We can demo it later. Let's look at one demo. From here, you can see there's 3 cards. Every card has one chart. Display something with the not very meaningful like title. We were going to see how or can we build a similar data app like this. On the section, you can click Create to start a new, completely new workspace. And in this space, you can see there is by default one step created for you. For every step, the workspace expect the code to return a data object, which can be rendered by Columns AI charts. So let's using the pre-prepared code snippet to produce the demo we just saw. Let's see, the first step, I want to query Google Spreadsheets, which is already imported as a column data source, which has like data ID as shown here. And in the schema, we know there's like zip5 product amounts. I give it an alias as sales, and we want to run the sum of the sales product value on that. With this one, we can just like run it. The first button is basically execute this. Basically, this kind of statement produces data, simple data structure like this. Give it the schemas and the matrix names definitions. The second step, we want to pull another data source, which is like uploaded consensus data. I also prepared, the script for that. By the way, all the scripts you can copy it from columns visualizers on data. Basically, I can show you. It's basically you can go to Columns AI. And if you go to data panel, data section, you can see all the data here. You can see the preview of the data, and if you really want to just like copy copy the code snippet, you can basically just like open the code snippet and just starting to get some templates from here, or you can just like keep changing metrics or keys to exporting the data here, and once it's done, it will generate the query language like in JavaScript, and you can copy it over. Let's go back to the app working space. In the app working spaces, I'm pouring another data, which gives me another 2 metrics, M1 and M2. And let's give it a meaningful name, just like say consensus data. I believe it's called consensus data. Sum on M1 and M2. So this one pulls the backend database and column data store, and get the keys and also the the sum metrics we want, like SM1 and 2. Similarly as step 1. And let's add one more step, which we want to join these 2 data sets since they both have zip code. This is like 5 zip code, and this guy actually has some name contains zip code as last 5 digits. So let's write some code to extract this zip code and join with the first data set. And then after we join, we can just like basically using the sales number as a weight to calculate a weighted matrix distribution. Okay, so code I just prepared is like this to just like save time, so we can just like copy paste. From here you can clearly see we actually reference the previous steps data. Like data 0 is step 1's output, data 1 is step 1's output, and then the rest of the meaning is just like big loop the whole data set and just like makes join happen and take the sales value as a weight, and we produce the weighted data. And here we are actually not relying on the backend query, but we produce the data object by define this JSON object as data keys in the matrix definition. So we execute this step, and yeah, and we get the joint zip code with the weighted value on M1 and M2, which is as total rows, 2113 rows. This table has like 33K, and the first one has basically 2175. So almost all the rows got a match. And at this time, you're probably wondering, hey, are we able to like chart in these tables now? Yes, you can click any step and you can just like say, I want to graph current step, and columns will pick appropriate chart for you. Of course, you can modify whatever you like if it makes sense. Let's chart in step 0 and step 2, let's say. And we also want to like get a final M1 and M2 distribution across all the zip, so we can just like sum them up using one more step. I have one more code snippet to do this work. Let's see. This is basically just like running a reduce function, just you know, aggregate all the rows, get the final M1 and M2 value, and then calculate a percentage on that. And here I give it a new name, you know, it's like because I know what the metrics really means, and we can just quickly run it. You can see the result is 96%, which is 3%. The value is not rounded, I guess, and most of them takes floor. We can basically, yeah, let's just like use it. So I don't think this is a problem. So we can autograph this, and you can see we can get you know, the two different metrics in the card. Let's save this app and share with you know, people who are interested in. This is demo app, and we can also set the interval to how to refresh the whole data, so it can keep update. You can keep that update the backend data, and the front end will be automatically get refreshed. Let's save it. Oh yeah, we got a new one, which is very similar as the one we did before. You can see here. Yep. So this is the result, and you can also similar like that. You can just share it if you want. Once you open the share, it will generate the link, public link for you, and you can definitely click it and share it with people. It's just the GUID under app view. Thanks for watching the demo.